And I'm choosing always to look for the calcium inside the criticism, because it can only strengthen me if I learn the lessons I'm supposed to learn. This week has been one full of criticisms, and my name has been dragged in so many spaces, in so many ways, in ways that are true and fair representations, and in ways that are untrue, unfair, and downright nasty. But it's part of the terrain. And one of the things I've developed over time, because the criticism is not new to me, over time I've developed what I like to call a duck back, where what is not meant to water my soil and to inform my spirit meaningfully and feed my growth and help me to improve, if that's not the purpose of the criticism, I allow it to roll off my back. But I say again, I'm looking for the calcium, because there's always something that I can learn, and I maintain my learning posture always. So here are the things I've learned in the last 7 days, and I was deliberately quiet and chose not to say anything at all, because I was listening and looking to see what is it that you must learn right now. And I've learned a couple things. One, when you communicate, you do so with a goal. You want people to understand substantively what your concern, your recommendation, your point is. If your substance gets lost in the style, you have failed as a communicator. And this week, the substance of a letter from the PNP YO with my signature as president, the substance of that letter got lost in the style. In future, there is a key learning there for me and anyone else who will learn with me about crafting in a more elegant way thoughts, recommendations, and even criticisms, no matter how stinging they will be, but penning it in a way so people get the substance and not lost on the style. And that's something that I own without reservation. It's a consequence of poor style. So we'll change that. The second thing I learned is that a lie left unchecked can very easily become the truth. And in the week that I chose to observe and not participate in the public debate around the letter, persons took that as an opportunity to misrepresent the position of the PNPYO and misinform the public. So let's set the record straight. The views contained in the letter and those recommendations came out of consultation with the PNPYO's National Council. 100 persons were engaged in a survey, and through that survey we were able to glean the views and the position of young people on what we must do now to move forward. As president of the PNPYO, part of my task is to share those views in as authentic a way as possible, and I will continue to do that. Part of doing that means that my name will be up front, squarely in the crosshairs, for accountability on those views. Collective responsibility matters to me, and it's a principle that underpins my own leadership journey and my leadership style. And so I will not back away from the criticisms that have come, but I want it to be made abundantly clear that this is not or should not be made a Krystal issue, because when we personalize the matter, it mutes the voice of 100 young people who have something to say. Centering it on a single personality betrays the consultation that took place and the voice of the young people who participated in that conversation. So let that be made clear. The third thing that has been reaffirmed for me is the need to change within. The PNPYO is very clear that any move we make to support change and renewal and reformation must start inside the YO. And we are not going to absolve ourselves of the responsibility and the role we have to improve our delivery of service to young people, to make ourselves more attractive to young people, and to make ourselves more relevant to the cause of youth advocacy in this country. We have a job to do, and we're starting with ourselves. Part of the job requires hearing from you, and that's why we've started our Change or Die public virtual conversations. And I'm inviting anybody who has a view on the PNPYO, what our role should be, how we have been operating, what successes we have not sustained, what have been our key failures, and how we can improve in those ways, to share that with us. We have a series of virtual consultations which have already started and will continue into next week. If you're interested in participating in one of those Zoom sessions, please send us an email at pnpyochangeordie@gmail.com. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback, exiting the echo chamber, and allowing other voices to tell us how they see us. Because the truth is, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. So we need your help to see a little.